Hey everyone, today we're going to discuss the Viva questions from relative viscosity. We have already covered hardness of water, flashpoint, and aniline point experiment in previous videos. So let's start. What is the objective of the experiment? The objective of the experiment is to determine the relative viscosity of an oil by redwood viscometer and to study the variation with change in temperature. What do you mean by viscosity? Viscosity is the internal resistance to flow in a fluid, liquid, or gas caused by friction between its layers as they move past one another. What is the unit of viscosity? The SI unit of viscosity is Pascal second, and CGS unit is poise. What are the temperature at which viscosity is usually determined? Viscosity is usually determined at 100 degree Fahrenheit, 140 degree Fahrenheit, and 210 degree Fahrenheit. What is the relation between viscosity and thickness? Viscosity and thickness follows direct relation, which means higher the viscosity, higher will be the thickness, and harder is for the fluid to move. What do you mean by viscometer? A viscometer is a scientific instrument used to measure the viscosity of a fluid. What are the type of redwood viscometers? There are two types of redwood viscometers. These are redwood viscometer number 1 and redwood viscometer number 2. Redwood viscometer number 1 is used for thinner oils, and redwood viscometer number 2 is used for thicker oils. Also, the reading obtained by number 1 viscometer is 100 times the reading obtained by number 2. Why the graph of viscosity with change in temperature decreasing? The graph of viscosity with change in temperature is decreasing because increasing temperature reduces the intermolecular forces that resist the flow. What is viscosity index? Viscosity index indicates the rate of change of viscosity with temperature. How is viscosity index calculated? Viscosity index is calculated through slope of graph. A higher viscosity index is always desirable. What is the formula for viscosity index? The formula for viscosity index is L minus U divided by L minus H into 100, where L is viscosity at 100 degree Fahrenheit of Gulf oil, which have same value at 210 degree Fahrenheit as that of oil tested. H is the viscosity at 100 degree Fahrenheit of Pennsylvanian oils, which have same velocity at 210 degree Fahrenheit as that of oil tested. U is the viscosity at 100 degree Fahrenheit of oil under test. Why viscosity index of Gulf oil is fixed at 0? Viscosity index of Gulf oil is fixed at 0 because it is rich in alicyclic and naphthenic hydrocarbon. As a result, viscosity changes rapidly with change in temperature. Why viscosity index of Pennsylvanian oils is fixed at 100? Viscosity index of Pennsylvanian oils is fixed at 100 because it is rich in paraffinic hydrocarbon. Therefore, there is little change in its viscosity with change in temperature. What are the characteristics of good lubricant? The characteristics of good lubricant are as follows. A good lubricant should have high viscosity index. Its viscosity should not change even at high working temperature. Its viscosity should be same even after prolonged use. What is coefficient of viscosity? Coefficient of viscosity is the amount of resistance offered by liquid to resist its flow. It is denoted by eta. What is the relation between viscosity and temperature? Viscosity have an inverse relation with temperature for liquid and direct relation with temperature for gases. How different is viscosity from coefficient of viscosity? Viscosity is the resistance between adjacent layers. However, coefficient of viscosity is the tendency of that resistance between two adjacent layers. What is the difference between absolute and relative viscosity? Absolute viscosity tells how much force is needed to move one layer of fluid over another. It basically measures the internal resistance flow of fluid. On the other hand, relative viscosity compares the viscosity of a solution to its solvent. Define the procedure of the experiment in brief. Firstly, we fill viscometer with known volume of liquid and heat the liquid to specific temperature. Then, we record the time it takes for liquid to flow through the tube and finally calculate the viscosity. What is the need to do the experiment? Performance of machinery depends on lubrication applied, and viscosity of a good lubricant should not change rapidly with temperature. Also, rapid change in viscosity may lead to wear and tear of machine. That's all from my side. In case of any doubt, feel free to ask in comments section below. Thanks for watching.